Hey friends, as most of you probably know, Roxanne, Nico, and I live full-time in our 33-foot Jayco and pull it with our Nissan Titan Cummins 2018. And right now we're hanging out on Belle Fourche Reservoir down in South Dakota. Just enjoying the nice lakeside for now and the beautiful weather while it's here. So about a couple years ago, we decided to work remotely from our trailer, and most trailers do not come prepared for people to live in them full-time and to work full-time. So I wanted to make a video about just the upgrades that we did in the trailer that makes it so that we can work full-time and live on the roads. Okay, cool. So in order for us to be able to work full-time from our RV, we need two things. We need power and we need data. So for our power stuff, I'm going to start with our solar panels. We bought 4 Q-Cell Peak Duo panels, 2 panels in series and 2 series in parallel for a max output of 1280 watts, so 1280 watts. The trailer did already come with a 190 watt panel that charges our lead acid batteries for the DC or for the direct current system. I did make the panels adjustable so I can angle them for better harvesting, even though I'm pretty lazy and I never really do that. So it is 12 gauge copper connected through MC4 connectors, going down out to a combiner box on the roof. The combiner box goes down through the roof into the living room on 10 gauge wire out to a breaker box. And from the breaker box it goes to our Victron 150-100 solar MPPT controller. This thing converts the solar to usable energy that I can actually monitor off of my phone. And this goes to a bus bar that brings the power in a 0 gauge or 0 watt cable to an on-off switch, and then to a 300 amp fuse out to the battery bank. We decided to buy 2 300 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries, and for 600 amp hours total, and it's on a 12 volt system. That's around 8,000 usable watt hours or so. From the battery, we're connected to a Victron Smart Shunt where we can monitor all of our battery usage directly from my cell phone. This goes back to the bus bar and onto our Renogy 3000 watt inverter / charger with the auto transfer switch. This all gives us the power to run our microwave or air conditioner and all the other lovely alternating current powered devices. And then it goes to the auto transfer switch, knows when we are plugged into shore power or our generator, so it will charge the batteries from there in combination with the solar for super fast charging. I had the help of my lovely friends Tristan and Tim installing the batteries and inverter to my main breaker box, because I knew that's something I totally would have messed up. So thank you, Tim and Tristan. But I was able to get all the solar and all that done by myself. For our external power, we decided to buy a Bluetti AC200P. It's a 2,000 watt hour lithium iron phosphate pure sine wave inverter power station, which is just in case the main battery system goes down. This can go up to 2,000 watts, and it's enough for us to work a couple of days in an emergency, and has already saved our butts a few times. For our generator, we bought a Westinghouse 4,500 watt dual fuel inverter Jenny with a remote start. We wanted dual fuel because our truck is diesel and we already carry a bunch of propane, so I didn't want to have to carry a third type of fuel around for our generator that we use maybe once or twice a month. This thing is awesome, and we've already had our neighbors compliment how quiet it is. This is mainly for charging the batteries when we're not pulling any solar, and we'll probably have to use it a lot more during the winter coming up. And so yeah, that is just the power part. Now for our data. For internet, we have 2 different sources of data. We have a 300 gigs per month at 25 megabits per second download from our Verizon SIM card. And we also have unlimited data and crazy speeds from our Starlink dish. I installed a 7-in-1 Parsec Husky Pro, which has 4 cellular antennas, 2 Wi-Fi for grabbing Wi-Fi from nearby sources, and a GPS antenna. This goes down to through the roof into our PepWave PepLink Max Transit Duo that allows us to have 2 different cellular SIM cards simultaneously, even though we're only using just the one for now. The PepWave also has a wired air access network connection where I plug in the Starlink. We can choose whatever one has better signal or combine them if needed through the SpeedFusion cloud. The Starlink is preferred, but sometimes it doesn't like to work around tall objects or during heavy rainstorms, which is when we will switch to the cellular. From there, I have a Cat5 running directly into my desktop computer and Wi-Fi to the rest of the trailer for Roxanne to work and for the TV and all of our other devices. And altogether, everything probably cost us around $6,000 and maybe 5 bazillion hours in research and watching YouTube videos and trial and error and trial and error and trial and error until I get everything to work. So far, we haven't really ran into any major roadblocks since I tried building as much redundancy in the system as we can afford, and hopefully we'll get use out of this for years to come, and maybe someday I won't be stuck on my desktop computer and I'll be able to wander around like Roxanne does with her laptop, and there'll be a lot more freedom. And so yeah, that is all the upgrades that we did for so that we could live out of our RV full time. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.